It's a beautiful Saturday afternoon for some high school football action here in the city of Presidents. My name's Matt Kearney, and welcome to SD Sports Buzz live stream broadcast of St. Thomas More football. Today's game features the St. Thomas More Cavaliers going up against the West Central Trojans. For the best local and regional sports coverage you can find on the internet, it's found at SD Sports Buzz. From our daily buzz post to the Nate Brown Show archive, there is always something for you, the sports fan. Just visit sdsportsbuzz.com. And a reminder, you can follow me on Twitter, searching the Twitter handle at Matt Kearney, or you can also follow SD Sports Buzz on Twitter, searching the Twitter handle at CZ O'Hara. Well, as we kick off the pre-game show here, let's look at the South Dakota Prep Media Poll for Week 3. We'll look at both classes here, in Class AA and Class 11 AA and Class 11A. We'll start off with AA. Harrisburg rounds out the top spot, followed by Mitchell, Pierre, Brookings, and Huron rounding off the 5th spot. with Douglas, Sturgis, and Yankton receiving some votes. Let's look at Class 11A. Madison's on the top spot, followed by T area, Dakota Valley. St. Thomas More is in fourth, excuse me. And then rounding up the poll is Tri-Valley, with Millbank area receiving some votes. As both teams are warming up for today's game, let's take a look at some other games around the state. This isn't the only high school football game happening today. We have the President's Bowl over in Sioux Falls. So we have Sioux Falls Roosevelt facing off Sioux Falls Lincoln. That game slated to start at 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And then O'Gorman is facing off Sioux Falls Washington. That game looking actually just started at about ready to start, or maybe it did. Yeah, 3:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. That would be 2:30 our time. So I'll see if I can give a score update on that. And then Huron is over at Harrisburg. That game slated to start at 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And then a couple of local college games happening up in Spearfish. It's Swarms Days as Fort Lewis College is facing off Black Hills State University. That game just got underway at around 1 o'clock. And then this evening at 6 p.m. down at O'Hara Stadium is Dixie State facing off South Dakota School of Mines. That game looking to start at 6 o'clock. Let's look at some team notes here. We'll start off with West Central. West Central has a record of 0-2. The Trojans played against Winter last week and lost 14-0. Devon Gary had 62 rushing yards on 13 carries and led the defense with 5.5 tackles for the Trojans. And then West Central's next game after this one is in Dell Rapids, as they'll face off the Couriers at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Daylight Time. And we'll have some team notes for St. Thomas More. They have a record of 1-1. The Cavaliers played against T Area last week and lost to a close game, 20-14. They did lead the game at one point. Some notable stats here. Cade Kavanaugh completed 24 out of 40 passes for 210 yards with 2 touchdowns and an interception. And then Jake Larson carried the ball 18 times for 106 yards. And we actually have a coach interview with the St. Thomas More head coach Wayne Sullivan with Nate Brown.
St. Thomas More getting tested early, and the head coach is Wayne Sullivan back on the First Interstate Bank Sports Line. Coach, how are you?
I'm doing well, Nate. Thanks for having me on.
Let's talk about the trip out to T. That game was tight, competitive, physical. You guys had chances. You ended up losing it 20-14. But what was your grade on the game? You never want moral victories, but I have to tell you, Coach, you have some inexperienced guys. You know that. Some of these guys haven't played in games like this. What did you think of the overall grade of the game?
Well, if I was going to grade them on competing in their heart, we get an A. As far as a little bit of execution and untimely penalties, probably a C because we had drive stall. We had a couple first downs by inches that would have kept drives going. We were inside the red zone 4 times and came away with no points, which you just cannot do against a team like T. But determination and coming down, and again, we said, we're not here for a moral victory. We want a victory in the win column. And but I was very pleased with how we competed. I was very pleased that we went toe-to-toe with one of the best teams in the state.
Were you guys the only ones that thought you were going to be able to compete? All the East River powers out there, we always hear it. We hear it a lot. It's East River powerhouse programs out here. T was in the state title game. They have a lot of guys back. How did you guys get the message across to these players that you can win that game?
Well, we told them there's only 50 that have to think that, and the 50 are the ones dressed up. And as long as you guys go and believe in, then we can take care of business. And They did. They stepped on the field knowing they can compete. We played hard, a couple plays here and there as always, but I just think that what that did for us is going to speak volumes as we continue to get better. I think that we were able to make some good in-game adjustments. I think, as far as just the tenacity and our defense, again, kept us in the game as it will all year, because that is our strength by far right now. I think that showed them, you know what, I can go blow for blow, and I think that's going to just bode well for us, hopefully come near the end of the year.
St. Thomas More head football coach Wayne Sullivan on today. They went out to T area. They did lose by 6, a tight game all the way to the end. Final score 20-14. The Cavaliers are 1-1. They're at home on Saturday here in Rapid City, taking on another perennial power in 11A, West Central, coming to Rapid City. I want to ask you about some of the specifics here. Your quarterback, Kane Cavanaugh, his best game by far. I know it's early in the year, but he threw it pretty well, especially there, opened it up late in the first half and got things going. What do you think you can see from him the rest of the way?
Well, he's got to continue to get better every game. One of the things we're trying to work on is a quicker release for him, getting the ball out a little quicker. As what we're going to end up seeing from here on out is everybody's going to bring the heat. Everybody's going to bring 6-7 guys in the box, because they don't want us just standing around picking them apart, which I think we did a good job of that in the second quarter. And that was another thing. We're down 13-0, could have folded, but we battled right back and scored 14 straight points and scored with 2 seconds left in the half to go up. And third drive, come all the way down to the 10. These are the things then we got to get better at. We got to finish those drives. I think those are things that each week he should get better at and get a little better feel for the game. And again, it's only his second game as a true starter, and he's thrown 5 touchdowns this year, over 500 yards. But we got to learn to finish. Those are the drives that are going to be, very, very important as we continue to go.
Sometimes East River against West River matchups, we've seen East River teams more physical. It's been evident in some of these games. Do you feel like you matched that on Friday?
Oh, I think we did. We stood toe-to-toe with a very good team, very big up front, got a lot of speed, got a heck of a running back. I thought we did. I thought we did very well. And even on a couple of touchdowns, there was a couple broken plays here and there. But those things are easy to fix. It's not, as you would expect, the East River just comes up, lines up, smacks you in the mouth, goes down the field, scores, and reloads again. We made them punt. We got turnovers. I think we did some very good things. And again, you don't want to peak now. Any coach will tell you it's just trying to get better and fix the little things all the way through until you get to week 10, 11, and 12.
Speaking of getting physical, St. Thomas More, you ran the ball, I thought, pretty well as well. Jake Larson, I thought, had his best game running the football. Talk about the ability to run it.
Well, that was some of the things. We knew they were going to make an adjustment in the second half when we went 3 and 4 wide. And they kind of did what we thought they would do, so we knew we'd have some seams open at the middle, and we executed. The boys did pretty well in that aspect. I think, again, you get into the flow, and then the team starts learning if they take something away, what do we get? And so now I think we can be able to do that now mid-game. Whatever we're trying to run, if we see a certain look, we know we can go to something else. Kane actually audibled 4 or 5 times on some of the things he saw. So, again, he's feeling more comfortable in that aspect. Jake Larson ran the ball very hard. Our front 5 is gelling each week. Again, we have 4 new starters on the line, and those are some of the things, again, only game experience will make us better.
All right, St. Thomas More getting set for West Central, a Saturday afternoon game, a 3 o'clock start time at St. Thomas More. You've played West Central over the years, as many teams have, and they have been very, very good for a long time. They're starting out 0-2. What does that mean for a matchup with you?
Oh, that's the scary ones to play. Those are the ones that are the hungriest. So we're telling our guys this week we better come out even better and more focused. And, Mueller does a great job at West Central. I mean, they've been in every game. Even up the first game against T, they were there in it, a couple of things here and there, and then T ended up going away at the end and then played a tough winter team. So they've been smacked in the mouth 2 weeks in a row also. And so, they're going to be very hungry, very well coached, very disciplined. We're going to have to make sure, again, get better and put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, I look at West Central. This is a team, coach, that won state title after state title What is it about West Central that makes them so good, has made them so good, but many people say they might be down a little bit?
Well, again, they have a system. They run it since they're in fourth grade. Everybody knows the 6 plays they're going to run, and they run it to perfection. In a couple of those games, they had some turnovers, a couple of miscues with bad snaps that kind of got them out of the rhythm. And that's the one thing we're going to have to do. We're going to have to shut down the running game, make them throw. Mueller doesn't like throwing the ball, but I think one of the things that we have to get better at is sustaining our drives, keeping it out of their hands. And we're going to have to score. We're going to have to open it up so that they're playing catch-up. Because a team like that controls the ball and runs so well, we cannot have them just wasting all the quarters and wasting time. So when we have to take advantage of when we have the ball in our hands.
St. Thomas More took it to T on the road, and now their home opener coming up on Saturday against West Central, a matchup in 11A football people have their eyes on. Head coach for the Cavaliers, they're 1-1. It's Wayne Sullivan. Coach, thanks a lot.
Thank you, Nate. I appreciate it.
And that was St. Thomas More head coach Wayne Sullivan talking with Nate Brown. And just a reminder, you can listen to the Nate Brown Show, South Dakota's only live and local sports talk show in West River on Kim Radio, 106.7 FM and 1150 AM, Monday through Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. Are you not near a radio? No problem. You can download the MixLR app in your app store on your phone and search The Nate Brown Show. Or you could just go to sdsportsbuzz.com and click on the Nate Brown Show tab. About 7 minutes before we kick off game here at Dutton Field in Rapid City, South Dakota. A little warm outside and kind of breezy. And we'll see what kind of football we will get. looks like we're about ready to do team introductions here at Dutton Field. St. Thomas More is in their north end zone in the formation. As up on the scoreboard reads about a minute 37 before we get going here. We do have a score update from one of the games of the President's Bowl over in Sioux Falls. At the end of one, Sioux Falls, Washington leads Sioux Falls O'Gorman 7-0. We're about ready to kick off things here. I will turn things over to the PA announcer.
School Activities Association for the enjoyment and educational benefit of high school students. Good sportsmanship is essential for the success of these programs. Please let the players play, the coaches coach, the officials officiate, and you, the fan, cheer positively for your team. Thank you. Today's officials are Mr. Brad Tucker, Tanner Tucker, Steve Hilton, Dave Sheefen, and Dwayne McPherson. Please give a round of applause for these officials. They are licensed by the South Dakota High School Activities Association to work today's game. And now a round of applause for your St. Thomas More Cavalier cheerleaders. Head coaches and coaches are Amy Ryder, Bree Flannery, and Tracy Stamper. The cheerleaders are Lauren Sanders, Abby Julian, Isabella Ryder, Jasmine Holt, Lexi Peters, Alex Cadot, Winter LaPointe, Abby Montoya, Michaela Simonik, Caroline Ingram, and Alexia Wright. And don't forget Tommy. And now the defensive starters for the West Central Trojans. At linebacker number 4, Gabe Lorang. Wearing number 6 today for the Trojans, Carter Healy at safety. At cornerback number 13, 6'1" senior, Brandon Underwood. At safety, 6' senior, number 16, Devin Gary. Wearing number 21 today for the Trojans, a linebacker, a junior, 5'10", Mitchell Edberg. At linebacker number 27, Cooper Maris. At defensive end number 34, 6' senior, Michael Reynolds. At another linebacker number 44, 6'3", Jackson Miller. Number 52, linebacker Sean Hussman. On the line for the Trojans, number 73, Josh Livermore. And also at defensive end, number 82, 6'2" senior, Brandon McKnight. The Trojans are coached by Kent Mueller. And now the offensive starters for your St. Thomas More Cavaliers. At center, number 61, a senior, Joe Peppel. At right guard, number 78, senior, Kobe Whipple. At left guard, number 66, a junior, Dylan Woods. At right tackle, number 53, Matt Lemke. At left tackle, number 50, Christian Simonik. At wide receiver, number 7, a senior, Thomas Rafferty. At wide receiver, number 19, Jake Bonenkamp. Wearing number 33 for the Cavs, the senior Jake Larson. At running back, number 20, Shea Casey. Also at running back, number 2, Ross Skinner. And at quarterback for the Cavs, number 1, Kane Kavanaugh. St. Thomas More is coached by Mr. Wayne Sullivan. And now, football fans, if you would remain standing at this time as we honor our great nation. Proper respect is to face the American flag, remove your hat or cap, and stand at attention with your right hand over your heart. Veterans and active duty military not in uniform may also salute the flag. Today's national anthem will be sung by Josiah Hanson, a junior at St. Thomas More High School. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Oh, say, can you sing by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Josiah Hanson.
Alrighty, we're just about ready to kick off here in Dutton Field in Rapid City between the West Central Trojans and the St. Thomas More Cavaliers. Right now, team captains from both teams will go to midfield for the coin toss. So it looks like West Central won the toss, but they'll defer to the second half and elected to kick. And St. Thomas More will receive in the first half. I'd like to thank those of you tuning into the game on sdsportsbuzz.com. Make sure you tell your friends, tell your family that we are live. They can go to sdsportsbuzz.com and click on the Live Events tab. It's coded in red, easy to see on the page. I was about ready to kick off here. Riley Olson and Cafferty in the backfield, and we're on your way here in Rapid. As Thomas Rafferty on the carry, ran all the way to their own, we'll say about 34. And this is where St. Thomas More will start their drive. So Kate Kavanaugh and company will come onto the field. Kate Kavanaugh, the 5'10", 175-pound senior. It looks like the Cavaliers will come with 2 wideouts, double wing set. Ball snap, he'll hand it off to Jake Larson and swallowed by 3 West Central's players. Will be second and looks like a loss of about 1, so it'll be second and 11 now for the Cavs. They'll go with 2 wideouts, double wing set. Ball snap. Misses a player, throws, and no one in the vicinity. Except for number 16, Devon Gary for West Central. So it's 3rd down and 11 now for the Cavaliers at their own 34-yard line. (11:12) stopped on the Skin Institute first quarter clock. So here we go. 3rd down now. 3 wideouts, single wing. Man-to-man whistles. See what the call is. It's going to be against St. Thomas More. I believe it was an illegal shift. So we'll back them up 5 yards. It will be 3rd down and 16 from their own, we'll say about 27-yard line. So we'll come up with 3 wideouts, single wing. Graper in motion, ball snap. Kavanaugh can throw, but he rush throws it, and it's amazingly caught and ball's loose. It's going to be called incomplete. It's intended for Jordan Graper.
4th and 16.
As he's the 5'9", 170-pound senior. So like that, it's 4th down now for the Cavs. They'll go ahead and punt it off. For West Central in the backfield, looks like it'll be number 6 and number 16, as number 6 is Carter Healy and 16 is Devon Gary for the Trojans. So the ball snap. Pepple will kick it off. They'll just go over to the St. Thomas More bench, and they're going to mark it at the St. Thomas More 40-yard line. So great field position for the West Central Trojans as they will start at the St. Thomas More. They're actually got a place at the 37-yard line with 11:01 left here in the Skin Institute first quarter. So 1st and 10. And it looks like the quarterback for the Trojans is Brock Heldman. Ball snap. They'll run up the middle. Looks like the number 27. That would be Cooper Mares. As they gain, let's see, about 3 yards. So it'll be about 2nd and 7 now for the Trojans. Ball snap, he'll hand it off to 4, running to the far side. Quickly tackled. That was Gabe Lorang for the Trojans. 5'10", 180-pound senior. As it'll be 3rd down and about 8. It's about a loss of 1 yard. With 10 minutes left to go here in the Skin Institute first quarter. Man in motion, ball snap. He'll hand it off to the fullback, and he gets the first down and some more. As who was that? Was that number 27? That was Mares. So it's first down for the Trojans at the St. Thomas More 27-yard line. So they'll come into T formation, ball snap. He'll hand it off to Mares. Gain of about 2 will be placed at the St. Thomas More 20-yard line, and they're officially in the red zone. As Michael Ismo made the tackle for the Cavs. So second down, 2nd and 8. Ball at the STM 20-yard line. West Central goes into T formation. He'll hand it off to, no, he sneaks it. In for a 20-yard touchdown is number 4, Gabe Lorang. And just like that, with 8:58 to go here in the Skin Institute first quarter, West Central scores 6 points. It looks like they're going to go for a PAT here. It looks like the kicker. Be number 25, Derek Edenis. And it's good. So, just like that, West Central scores a touchdown here with 8:58 to go here in the Skin Institute first quarter. So the Trojans will kick off here after that 20-yard run made by Gabe Lorang.
Miller kickoff for the Trojans.
As Jackson Miller will kick it off.
Olsen and Rafferty backfield for the Cavaliers.
As Olsen and Rafferty in the backfield for the Cavs. Ball's kicked and it's going to go sailing into the end zone, and it's going to be a touchback. So St. Thomas More will start this drive at their own 20-yard line. So here we go, 1st and 10 for the Cavs. They'll go out with 2 wideouts, a double slot, or double wing. Man in motion. Ball snap. He'll hand it off up the middle. And they're going to call forward progress. As Jake Larson made the carry. Jake Larson, the 6'1", 190-pound senior for St. Thomas More. So gain of 8 yards. 2nd and 2. Ball placed, we'll say, around their own 28-yard line. They'll come with 3 wideouts and a single wing. Skinner in motion. Ball snap. He'll hand it off to Skinner and quickly swallowed by Trojans. As it's going to be third down, 3rd and 2. No gain of yards. So here come the Cavs. They're going to go on a power I. Kavanaugh takes a snap. He'll hand it off to Larson, and Larson will get the first down. And let's a little bit more. They'll mark it at around their own 30, say around their own 32-yard line. .38 left to go here in the Skin Institute first quarter. Again, Cavs will come out in a power I formation. Ball snap, Kavanaugh will toss it to Larson. He's coming to the near side. Still on his feet. Ball almost ripped out of his hands. And he'll make it to their own 35, so a gain of at least gain of at least 2 yards. Under 7 minutes to go here in the Skin Institute first quarter. So they'll go in a double wing set, 2 wideouts. Kavanaugh takes a snap like a throw, being rushed. Caught! Ross Skinner! And he's dragged down by a couple of West Central players. And St. Thomas More will get the first down here. One of the Carter Healy was one of the tacklers there for the Trojans. So 1st and 10, ball's placed at around their own 46-yard line. Again, they'll go in double wing. Ball snap, Kavanaugh throws to the far side and over the head. I think it was over the head of, Jake Bonenkamp, number 19. The 6'1", 175-pound senior. So 2nd and 10, ball at around their own 46. Man in motion, ball snap. Kavanaugh being rushed, throws in the pocket, long throw, person open, and it's caught! Who caught it? Jake Bonenkamp. Huge play, first down for the Cavs, and they are in West Central territory here. Ball will be placed at around their own 17. Going down to about 6 minutes left to go here in the Skin Institute first quarter. As it looks like, they'll go with 3 wideouts. Ball snap. Kavanaugh will throw to, I think, Jake Larson. He was down. The ball did come loose, but they're going to mark him down. As I believe it was ran by Jake Larson.
3-yard gain on play, brings up 2nd down.
Gained 3 yards on the play, though. Second and about 7. They'll go with 4 wideouts, 3 on the near side, 1 to the far side. Kavanaugh takes a snap. He'll hand it off the middle. Does a spin move. Will fall forward. As over the PA, it's Jake Larson. I can't, kind of hard to see some of these numbers here for St. Thomas More. So pretty much when they're on that side of the field, I have to go by the PA announcer. So 3rd down and 4 to go for the Cavs. Looks like they're going to go with 4 wideouts, 3 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Larson to his right. Ball snap. Kavanaugh will quick pass it and incomplete, intended for Bonenkamp again. So it'll be 4th down now for the Cavs with 4:40 left to go here in the Skin Institute first quarter. So Joe Pepple will come in and attempt the field goal here, as he's the 6'2", 175-pound senior. Ball snap in the air. Is it good? It's no good. So turnover on downs here, and it will become a West Central ball at around their own 20-yard line. And we're taking a heat timeout here at Dutton Field in Rapid City. It is a little warm outside. Highs around the mid-80s to low 90s. So with 4:35 left to go here in the Skin Institute first quarter, it's West Central leading the St. Thomas More Cavaliers 7-0. Okay, after the heat timeout, we're ready to play some football again. 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Ball placed at their own 20-yard line. As Heldman will take the snap here. Ball snap, he'll hand it up the middle.
Reynolds, ball carrier. 2nd down. 2nd and 6.
So it'll be 2nd and 6, gain of 4 yards for the Trojans. Ball at their own 24-yard line. Man in motion, ball snap. He'll hand it off. To Michael Reynolds, number 34, 6 foot, 180-pound senior. As it'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 3. Ball placed around their own 27-yard line. West Central in their famous T formation that they use. Ball snap. Hands off to Lorang. Ball stripped. And St. Thomas More will recover. As Kobe Whipple recovers for the Cavs, and it will be 1st and 10, St. Thomas More. Kobe Whipple, 6'2", 265-pound senior, made the strip with Lorang.
1st and 10 on the 40-yard line.
And like that, it's St. Thomas More ball again, placed at the West Central 40-yard line with 3:24 left to go here in the Skin Institute first quarter. Thought Lorang was going to get loose there. One of the St. Thomas More Cavalier players wasn't set when they snapped the ball. So here we go. Shotgun formation. Ball snap. He'll hand it off to Ross Skinner. He'll run up to the far side. And he'll get tackled by Healy. Carter Healy, one of the tacklers for the Trojans. As it will be 2nd down for the Cavs. As Kavanaugh and company They'll run with 3 wideouts, 2 on the near side, 1 to the far side. Kavanaugh hands it off to Larson. Larson will ping-pong off a couple players.
Larson will run off the left side.
And looks like he'll gain a couple yards. So it'll be 3rd and 5 now, as the ball is placed at the West Central 35. As the clock winds down to 2:23 left to go here in the Skin Institute first quarter. So it looks like they'll go with 2 wideouts, double wing set. Ball snap, Kavanaugh. Screen pass to Rafferty. Still on his feet and finally taken down.
Pass is complete to Rafferty.
But it's not going to be enough for a first down. It's going to be 4th and 5. Actually, gain of 1. So it'll be 4th and 4. St. Thomas More. Are they going to punt it here? Or are they go? Looks like they're going to go for it here on 4th. They're going to go on a power I. Skinner will be on the other side there. Ball snap. Makes the toss to Jake Larson, running to the far side. Looks like he has the first down and some more as he'll run out of bounds. And they'll get the first down on a 4th down conversion with 1:19 left to go here in the Skin Institute first quarter.
Ball placed on the 25-yard line.
Ball placed at the West Central 25-yard line. 1st and 10 for St. Thomas More. As they're in the power I again. Ball snap, Kavanaugh rolling to the near side and tapped. Incomplete. Looks like Brandon McKnight for West Central got the hand on it. Brandon McKnight, the 6'2", 190-pound senior for the Trojans. So it's 2nd and 10 now for the Cavs with 1:15 on the clock. Cavs, 5 wideouts, nobody in the backfield, 3 on the near side, 2 on the far side. Kavanaugh takes a snap, looking to throw, makes a pass to the near side, almost incomplete, or almost intercepted, excuse me. As it looks like Mars got the hand there for West Central. So it'll be 3rd and 10 now for St. Thomas More. Ball at the West Central 25. They go with 4 wideouts this time. Looks like Larson on his right side. Ball snap, Kavanaugh, flag on the play. Ball thrown, incomplete. Intended for, looks like, Rafferty, as we'll see what the flag is. Might be on STM for a false start. We'll see what the call is, though.
Illegal procedure. Only 6 guys on the line of scrimmage. Gets you off there.
Alrighty. Illegal procedure on St. Thomas More. Only 6 guys on the line of scrimmage. So it looks like they'll decline it. It'll be 4th down now. And it looks like St. Thomas More is going to go for it again on 4th down. 4th and 10. Ball at the West Central 25. They're going to go with 5 wideouts, 3 on the far side, 3 on the near side, 2 on the far side. Kavanaugh takes a snap, throws, incomplete. Intended. Looks like it might have been intended for Ross Skinner. So 1 minute left to go here in the Skin Institute first quarter. As West Central leads St. Thomas More 7-0 here at Dutton Field. So here comes Feldman. Gives the play. And they'll come up to the line. Man in motion, ball snap. Ball's loose again. Who recovered? It's still going to be Trojan ball. Ball just got popped out there real quick like. As it will be 2nd and 10 now for the Trojans. Ball placed at their own 25-yard line with 35 seconds left to go in the Skin Institute first quarter. Ball snap, running up the middle, going nowhere. Maybe a gain of at least 1 yard. Gain of about 1.
Third down.
As it will be 3rd down. And that's the end of the quarter.
That is the end of the first quarter.
End of the first quarter. West Central Trojans lead the St. Thomas More Cavaliers 7-0. We have a halftime score update over on the eastern side of the state. President's Bowl, one of the games underway in Sioux Falls. Sioux Falls, Washington playing against Sioux Falls O'Gorman, and it looks like that Washington is getting their first challenge of the year, as at half, it's Sioux Falls, Washington leading O'Gorman 14-10 at the half. So 3rd and 9 for the Trojans. They'll go with a single wing, ball snap. Lorang with the ball, flag thrown. Lorang gets some running room, and he'll run into the STM bench, but a flag is all the way down at their own 25, and we'll see what the penalty is. As it will be against West Central. Still waiting on the call here. Still not sure what the penalty, I think it was holding against West Central. So I'll back them up all the way to their own 15. 3rd and 20 now for West Central. Ball snap. Quarterback call his own number, makes the throw. Caught, first down, number 13 off the sideline. That would be Brenson Underwood, the 6'1", 155-pound senior for the Trojans. First down as they'll mark the ball at their own 40-yard line.
25 yards on the play.
So 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Lorang in motion. Ball snap. He'll hand it up the middle to number 34. That would be Reynolds again. Gain of 1 yard on the play. 2nd and 9 now. Ball at their own 41. T formation. Ball snap, hands it off to
Reynolds getting the ball carrier, brought down by Family of Cavaliers. 3rd down.
I think the ball was given to Lorang. But it's 3rd down now. 3rd and about 8 for the Trojans. T formation again. Ball snap, he'll hand it off to 16. And that's Gary. But no gain of yard. So 4th down now for the Trojans, as they'll punt it off here. As Jackson Miller, number 44, will punt it off here. As Ross Skinner's back to deep for the Cavs. Ball snap in the air. Fair catch. Let the ball hit the ground and just let it roll, and it looks like it'll rest at St. Thomas More's 24. So it'll be 1st and 10 for St. Thomas More at around their own 24-yard line with 9:40 left to go here in the Cooper's Tire 2nd quarter. Sorry, Corey's Tire 2nd quarter. Corey's Tire. So 1st and 10 as Ryder Kirsch is in the QB spot for the Cavs. Ball snap, Kirsch looking to throw, throws it to the near side. And intended for Bonenkamp, but heavily covered by Gary. So it'll be 2nd and 10 now for the Cavs. So Ryder Kirsch, number 12, 6'6", 175-pound sophomore. In the QB position for the Cavs. So it looks like they'll run with 4 wideouts, 2 on each side. Ball snap, Kirsch looking to throw, being rushed, rolling to the far side, makes a pass and incomplete. As there's a flag, late flag on the play. Looks like it's a holding call against STM, and that will back him up 10 yards. So penalty decline. It'll be 3rd and 10 now for the Cavs. Ball at their own 20-yard line. They'll go with 5 wideouts. Ball snap, Kirsch looking to throw, being rushed in the pocket. Does a little dance. It caught and in and out of the hands of Ross Skinner. Easy pass there, but just couldn't make the ball in his hands. So it's 4th down now for the Cavs. As it looks like Healy and Gary will be in the backfield for the Trojans. Ball snap in the air. It'll hit around the 35. Roll, he's got to pick it up and go. Misses a few players, and he'll be out of bounds at around their own. They're going to mark it at the 30.
60-yard punt on the play.
This was a 60-yard punt made on the play.
10-yard return, first down.
For a 10-yard return for West Central. So 1st and 10, ball at their own 30-yard line. 9:09 left to go here in the Corey's Tire second quarter. Double wing, man in motion, ball snap. He'll hand it off to Gary. Gary running the near side. Gain of about 8 yards, we'll say. As his helmet comes off, Gary will have to come off the sideline for at least one play. So 2nd and 2, gain of 8 yards. Ball snap. Quickly tackled in the backfield. Looks like number 62. That's Ryan Ahrenstorff, 6 foot, 210-pound senior that made the quick tackle on Cooper Mars. Under 8 minutes to go before halftime. 3rd and 5. Ball at their own 35. Ball snap. He'll hand it off to Lorang. Lorang, maybe he'll gain a couple yards, but going nowhere fast. And they're going to call no gain. Well, actually, I'll call it gain of 1 yard at least.
4th down.
So it'll be 4th down, and they will punt it off here. And, no, I thought they were going to go for it here on 4th down. They're not. So Miller to punt it off here. Tom Rafferty in the backfield. Ball snap. Miller, beautiful punt. Skinner will down it.
Rafferty with catch for the first down. 1st and 10, St. Thomas More.
It looks like they'll mark it at their own 36. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cavs with 7:08 left to go here in the Corey Tires second quarter. And looks like they're going to call a heat timeout here. That's what they're going to do, heat timeout. So after the heat timeout here, it's 1st and 10 for the Cavs. This looks like Cade Kavanaugh back in the QB position. They're going to go with 4 wide outs this time. Ball snap. Kavanaugh will hand it off to Is it Skinner?
Run up the middle. No gain. Second down, second.
Yeah, hand it off to Skinner for no gain. So it'll be 2nd and 10 now. Ball around their own 37. Same formation. 4 wideouts, 3 on the far side, 1 to the near side. Kavanaugh takes a snap. Rolls back, makes a pass. Caught by Jake Bonenkamp. Running out of bounds to the West Central bench. As looks like it was a gain of 5 yards. So it'll be 3rd and 5 for STM. 6:25 left to go here in the Corey Tire second quarter. Again, they'll go with 4 wideouts, 3 on the far side, 1 to the near side. Skinner to his right. Ball snap. Kavanaugh rolling to the far side, being rushed, makes the pass, incomplete, intended for Skinner. As Skinner was being blocked by Brandon McKnight. And just like that, it'll be 4th down now for the Cavs at their own 42.
Jake Goble back front for the Cavaliers.
So
Healy and Gary back deep for the Trojans.
Gary and Healy in the backfield for the Trojans. Ball snap. Ball nearly blocked. It'll hit around the 21. He'll pick it up. Gary is going to try to make something happen with it. Misses one player. And then here comes the entire Cavalier club as they'll make the tackle. And they'll mark it at around their own 19-yard line. So it will be 1st and 10 for West Central with 6:08 left to go before halftime. So 1st and 10 for West Central. Ball at their own 19-yard line. Looks like they'll go in a double wing set. Ball snap. Hand it off to Gary.
Gary, the ball carrier. Knocked down on the play.
Gain of about 5 yards. Ball placed just outside their own 25.
5:50 left in the second quarter.
In formation for West Central. Ball snap. He'll hand it off to Gary again.
Gary again, the ball carrier. Stone Durham on the tackle for the Cavaliers. 3rd down.
As it'll be 3rd down. No gain of yards on that play. Ball placed at their own 25. With 5:12 left to go here in the Corey Tires second quarter. Same formation for West Central. Ball snap. He'll hand it up the middle. Almost to the 1st down marker. As I believe
4.5-yard gain. Christian Simon again on the tackle.
Lunge made the carry. Or Lorraine made the carry. But it's not going to be enough for a 1st down for West Central. So here comes the punting unit onto the field for West Central. Jackson Miller on the field again. In the backfield for St. Thomas More is Jake Bonenkamp. 4:16 and counting before halftime. Ball snap. High punt. Fair caught by Bonenkamp. It'll be marked at their own 46, and that's where St. Thomas More will start this drive with 5:05 left, or 4:05 left to go here, just before halftime. This looks like a... I don't know what's going on. Officials timeout. Okay, we're ready to go here. So Kate Kavanaugh in the power I. Snapped. Hands off. Running to the far side of the middle. As it looks like Jake Larson made the carry.
4-yard run on play. Second out, second and
As it was a 4-yard run. So they'll go in the power I again. Ball snap. Kavanaugh
ball here.
handing the ball off to Jake Larson.
Third down.
As it'll be third down, 3rd and 4 in West Central territory. Ball at the West Central 49-yard line. They'll go in the power I formation again. Ball snap, hands it off to Larson. Files right in, right behind one of his players, and it looks like they get the first down.
The run is good.
And they do. It's a 1st and 10
First and 10, St.
for
Thomas
STM.
43-yard line.
Ball at around the West Central 43. Again, they'll go in the power I again. 2:43 left to go before half. Ball snap. Pitches it to Larson. Larson tackled by a few Trojans. Lorang, one of the tacklers there, as Larson
225.
gets back up. 2:20 left to go before halftime. West Central leading STM 7-0 here. West Central record 0-2. St. Thomas More record 1-1. Power I formation. Kavanaugh being rushed by, and he gets shoestring tackled by one of the West Central Trojan players. He's being chased by number 73, Josh Livermore, 6'2", 240-pound freshman on the blitz there. And the ball's placed all the way back at the West Central 39-yard line, as it'll be 3rd and 19 to go. And they're going to go with nobody in the backfield. 5 wideouts, 3 on the near side, 2 on the far side. Minute 28 left to go before half. Kavanaugh takes a snap, looking to throw. Has some time, throws it to the near side. Caught by Jake Bonenkamp. And Bonenkamp will be down at the West Central 45, and it's not going to be enough for the first down. As it'll be 4th down, and they'll punt it off here. Healy and Gary in the backfield. It's a fake. Kavanaugh. No. Not going to work that time. Reynolds and Miller saw that coming a mile away. As we're under a minute left to go before halftime in the Corey Tire second quarter. West Central has the ball. They will get the ball in the second half. They'll come out of the huddle. Ball snap, rolling to the near side, makes a pass, complete to 16. And immediately tackled as Gary And I believe a timeout's called, and it looks like it's called for West Central. So with 35 seconds just before halftime, West Central leads St. Thomas More 7-0. "35 seconds left to go just before halftime." Got their other games going on in the state for high school wise. You got the President's Bowl happening in Sioux Falls. Of course, you have O'Gorman and Washington playing right now. Then the game after that, it's Sioux Falls Roosevelt facing off Lincoln after that. Then we have Huron making the trip to Harrisburg. And then a couple of local college games. Dixie State comes to South Dakota School of Mines. That game's slated to start at 6 o'clock. And then Fort Lewis College playing up in Spearfish against Black Hills State University. So here we go. 2nd and 6. Ball snap. Makes the toss incomplete. It's being ran down by a couple of Cavalier players. Looks like he's being run down by number 28, Jane Nugentbauer. As the game clock stopped at 32 seconds. So it'll be 3rd and 8. Ball placed at the STM 43. Don't see this often. Shotgun formation for West Central. 3 wideouts, ball snap. He'll hand it off to 27, going nowhere. As it was Mars. With the play. Game clock rolling down to 12 seconds. As we're under 6 seconds now before halftime. And they're just going to let it run down. And that's it. End of the Corey Tire second quarter. It's West Central leading St. Thomas More Cavaliers 7-0. I'm going to take a short break here. Just stay tuned to sdsportsbuzz.com and make sure you tell your friends, tell your family that we're live for some good high school football action here at Dutton Field in Rapid City, South Dakota. Excuse me. So I'm just going to take a short break and just stay tuned. It's halftime here in Denton Field in Rapid City, South Dakota, with the West Central Trojans leading the St. Thomas More Cavaliers 7-0, as we're about 9 minutes away from getting third quarter action starting here. Just a reminder, you can follow me on Twitter, searching the Twitter handle at Matt Kearney. You can also follow SD Sports Buzz on Twitter, searching the Twitter handle at CC O'Hara. Hopefully you're enjoying today's live stream broadcast on SDSportsBuzz.com. Make sure you tell your friends, tell your family that we are live and playing the West Central game here in Rapid City. Close one, a really close battle here, as many thought it would be, and it's appearing that's coming to fruition. So actually, let's go over some halftime scores. Some scores from last night from high school football from around South Dakota. Aberdeen Roncalli was playing Mobich Prolic. They get the close win, 19-18. Avon over Gayville Vollen, 36-14. Baltic was playing Volberg Hurley. Baltic with the win, 56-14. And a close one down in Pine Ridge. Bennett County over Pine Ridge, 8-6. Bon Home playing Kimball White Lake. Bon Home with the win, 22-14. Brandon Valley over Aberdeen Central, 41-0. Brookings gets the win over Spearfish, 24-0. Canastota Freeman playing Chester area. Canastota Freeman, the Pride, they get the win over Chester area, 14-7. Del Rapids over Bellefouche, 42-6. Douglas, Wyoming played Hot Springs, as Hot Springs traveled all the way into Wyoming country. But Douglas, Wyoming with the win over the Bison, 34-0. And another close-up. Groton area playing Beersford in some 11B action. And Groton area getting the win over Beersford, 15-14. Up in Harding County, it was a battle unbeatens, as both teams were 3-0. Harding County was playing Timberlake, and Harding County gets the win over Timberlake, 22-16 in some 9-man action. Lee Deadwood gets their first win of the season as they played Little Wound. They get the win at 30-22. Mobridge, excuse me, Madison gets a win over Bridgewater Emory Ethan, 33-6, and at the first quarter it was scoreless, which I find that surprising. So Madison over the win for Bridgewater Emory Ethan, 33-6. Millbank area gets the win over Lennox, 26-14. Mitchell and Yankton. This was a pretty interesting game. First off, they had to move the game to Freeman because the field in Yankton was having some construction and they weren't finished, so they moved the game to Freeman in a close-up battle. Mitchell gets the win over Yankton, 33-21. Pierre in an all-out slugfest against Douglas in a high-scoring game, high one-sided scoring game. Pierre gets the win over Douglas, 78-14. Rapid City Central gets the win over Sturgis, 42-0. Rapid City Christian gets the win over Phillip, 24-8. And another close one. Rapid City Stevens made the trip over to Watertown. They get the win, 14-13 over Watertown. Sioux Falls Christian over Canton, 36-12. Stanley County played Custer. Stanley County gets the win, 35-7. T Area played Elk Point Jefferson. T Area gets the win, 44-0. Todd County played Cheyenne Eagle Butte, and Todd County won, 46-8. Wall showing Hill City no mercy. They get the win over Hill City, 61-8. And then Webster played Waverly South Shore, with Webster winning that game 65-13. We have a final for today. Of course, not the only football being played in the area today. A couple of local college teams are playing today. Fort Lewis College played against Black Hill State up in Spearfish for Sworn Days. That game started at 1, and a final just coming in from that game after having a really good first game of the season. Black Hill State falls to Fort Lewis 17-13, and now they are officially 1-1 on the year. And of course, the other local college game happening tonight is just a few blocks down the street. Dixie State comes to play South Dakota School of Mines. That game's slated to start at 6 o'clock. I may be going to that game to enjoy their new field and scoreboard. About ready to kick off the third quarter here at Dutton Field in Rapid City. West Central leading the St. Thomas More Cavaliers 7-0 here. And a close matchup here like everyone thought it was going to be. I'd like to thank our first half sponsors, the Skin Institute for the first quarter, and then Corey's Tire for the second quarter. So about 2.5 more minutes before we get the third quarter kicked off here. I'd like to thank those of you watching on SDSportsBuzz.com. And we're still live and going. Just tell your friends, tell your family that. Just go to SDSportsBuzz.com and click on the live events tab. It's labeled, well, it's highlighted in red, so it's easy to see. Just click that and it'll take you right to the video. And then if you're having any trouble, say you're watching this game on mobile and you go to the SD Sports Buzz site, you go to the very bottom and click view desktop view. It'll take you to the video that way. About to kick it off here in Dutton Field for the third quarter. West Central to receive the ball. St. Thomas More will kick it off here.
Football fans, get on your feet for the beginning of the second half.
So we're about ready to kick off the third quarter here. Again, St. Thomas More to kick off here. West Central to receive. As we're about ready to kick it off with St. Thomas More chrome helmets. I would never thought to see full chrome helmets in South Dakota, but here it is, and we're kicked off here. They'll take the ball around the 41, being dragged by one of the Jake Bonenkamp was being dragged by one of the West Central players, and they'll get pretty good field position for this first drive of the second half. So the ball will be placed at their own 45. They'll go in the T formation. Ball, snap, hand off to Lorang to the near side. Looks like he'll gain about, we'll say about 7 or 8 yards.
Runner on the left side, tackle and play by Durham. Second and 3.
So it'll be 2nd and 3, gain of about 7 yards for the Trojans. And as they are officially in Cavalier territory. Ball snap, he'll hand it off to Lorang again, and they'll get the first down.
Ball carry, did not play first down.
And they'll mark it at the STM.
First and 10, West Central in Cavalier territory.
We'll say the STM 42-43. So 1st and 10. Ball snap. He'll hand it off to 16. Wide hole, still being on his feet, and then finally brought down as Gary.
Gary, ball carrier, Rafferty on the tackle.
And Tom Rafferty made the tackle. Touchdown, might as well say touchdown saving tackle. So it'll be 1st and 10 for West Central as they are in the red zone. Ball placed at around the STM 18-yard line. With 11 minutes left to go here in the Boulevard Dental third quarter. 1 person in the backfield, ball snap. That's 34. That's Reynolds.
Reynolds, ball carrier, Durham on the tackle.
Gain of about 5, we'll say about 5 yards.
4-yard gain, second down.
Over the PA announcer, about 4 yards. So we'll say 4 yards then. 2nd and 6, ball placed at the STM 14. T formation. Ball snap. He'll hand it off to Lorang. Looks like he'll be near the first down marker. And it will be, looks like it'll be 1st and goal for the Trojans. And looks like they're going to measure it here. And that's what they'll do.
Time out on the field for measurement.
And yeah, it's 1st down. 1st and goal for West Central.
1st and goal, West Central, ball on the 8-yard line.
Ball is placed at the STM 8-yard line. Again, West Central leads St. Thomas More 7-0 here. Ball snap. He'll hand it off to Reynolds. Gain of about 2, we'll say.
Reynolds ball carrier. Durham and Aaron's working on the tackle for the Cavaliers.
Ball placed at the STM 7-yard line. 2nd and goal now for West Central. Man in motion, ball snap. He'll hand it up the middle. Is he in? He's in. Touchdown, West Central. Devon Gary on the 7-yard run into the end zone. 9:39 left here in the Boulevard Dental 3rd quarter. West Central tacks on 6 more points, as they'll go for the PAT here, as Isaacson. The whistles everywhere. As it's false start against West Central. They'll retry. Here we go. Ball snap. It's in the air. Flag again from the back judge. We'll see what this call is. I'm not sure what he would call there. So it's a personal foul against STM. So they'll basically just back them up to where they originally were. And they'll retry the PAT for the 3rd time. 3rd time is always the charm. Ball snap, kicked. And that's no good. So 9:39 left to go here in the Boulevard Dental 3rd quarter. It's West Central leading St. Thomas More 13-0. So West Central to kick it off here. As Raftery, one of the deep men, will take it around their own 9. We got to fake the reverse. Tom Raftery going to the far side. And a flag called around the STM 31. We'll see what the penalty is. Another personal foul called on STM. So the ball looks like it will be placed 5 yards to where. Yep. So we're going to count off 5 yards. Actually, no, they're going to count off 10 yards. Actually, make that, yeah, they're going to count off 10 yards. So 1st and 10 for the Cavs.
1st and 10.
9:30 left to go on the clock for the Boulevard Dental 3rd quarter. Looks like Kate Kavanaugh in a quarterback. 3 wideouts. Ball snap. Kavanaugh. Screen pass to Bumcamp. No, going nowhere. Met up by Gary immediately. Loss of a few yards. As it's a 2-yard loss. This will be 2nd and 12 at the STM 11-yard line. As we're under 9 minutes to go here in the Boulevard Dental third quarter. They're going to go with 4 wideouts, 2 on each side. Skinner got to go in a single wing. Man in motion. Ball snap, Kavanaugh. Backwards pass to Larson. Has some room to run on the near side. Steps. And he's finally dragged out of bounds. Great run for Jake Larson there. They'll mark it at their own 48-yard line for a first down. As, oh, there's flags. Oh, what do you know? I didn't see 2 flags there. There's 2 flags all the way back at the STM 14, and that's going to come all the way back after that great run. See what the call here. It was his holding on Corton Dobish. So, 2nd and 15. They're going to go with 4 wideouts, 3 on the far side, 1 to the near side. Ball snap. Kavanaugh looking to throw in the pocket. Tosses it. Rafferty, just a little too far. So 3rd and 15 now. As the ref accidentally has his microphone on. So 8:25 stopped on the clock. West Central leading 13-0 here. Again, West Central looking for their first win of the season. So here we go. 4 wideouts, 3 on the far side. 1 to the near side. Looks like Larson to his left. Ball snap. Kavanaugh looking to throw, being rushed. Throws to the far side. Caught by Ross Skinner. Gets the first down and some more, and he gets out of bounds at around the, let's say, 27-yard line. So it'll be first down, no flags, and it's good. $8:17 on the clock now. Ball placed at their own 26-yard line. They're going to go with 4 wideouts again. 3 on the near side, 1 on the far side. Kavanaugh makes a snap, hands it off to Larson. Larson misses 1 player, and he's near the first down marker. He's going to be just 1 yard short. It's going to be 2nd and 9 now. Ball placed at the STM 36-yard line. As will be 2nd and 1. Great crowd here for this afternoon game. Man in motion, Skinner in the wing, and flags litter the field. As is it encroachment? It's encroachment on the defense. So that will scoop the Cavs up to their own 40, we'll say 41. 1st and 10, single wing, Skinner in the single wing, 2 wideouts, or 3 wideouts. Ball snap, quick pass to Rafferty, caught, first down, and tackled. tackled by Underwood and Healy, as it's another first down for the Cavaliers, with 7:22 left to go here in the Boulevard Dental third quarter, as they are officially in Trojan territory. Again, same play, man in motion. Ross in the single wing, ball snap. Kavanaugh pitches it to Skinner. Beautiful pitch. Looks like he's going to gain about 4 yards on that play. And it is a gain of 4 on the play, so it'll be 2nd and 6. Ball placed around West Central 41-yard line. Looks like they're going to go with 3 wideouts, 2, actually man in motion. Ball snap, Kavanaugh, rolling to the near side. Going to call his own number, and he runs out of bounds into the Trojan bench.
Kavanaugh's knocked out of bounds.
And that's a loss. Loss of, say, 4. So it will be 3rd down, 3rd and 9 for STM. So hold like they're 3 wideouts. Ross Skinner, excuse me. Ball snap. Caught Thomas Rafferty. First down and some more. I was going to say it was Ross Skinner was in the single wing. I just got caught up there. So another first down for the Cavaliers with 5:33 left to go here in the Boulevard Dental third quarter. Now so go with 4 wideouts, 3 on the far side, 1 to the near side. Ball snap, Kavanaugh throws it to the near side. Caught! Thomas Rafferty, touchdown! St. Thomas More, 28-yard pass. What a play there. Just a quick toss to Tom Rafferty, wide open. And SCM gets 6 points with 5:15 stopped on the clock. So Joe Pepple will attempt the PAT here for St. Thomas More. Ball snap, and it's no good, but there's a flag on the play. We'll see what the call is here. Running into the kicker?
Running into the kicker, that'll be assessed on the kickoff. It is good. The score with 5:15 remaining in the third. West Central 13, St. Thomas More.
So actually the PAT was good. So with 5:15 left to go here in the Boulevard Dental third quarter, St. Thomas More now trailing West Central 13-7. So with 5:15 left to go here in the Boulevard Dental third quarter, St. Thomas More gets on the board, as now they only trail West Central 6 points. So Joe Pepple to kick it off. And he kicks it. Looks like Healy will take it. And, oh, he has some room to run. He's running to the near side. He's to the 40, to the 45, gets the midfield, and he'll finally step out just into St. Thomas More territory. As he'll start this drive with some good field position at the STM. We'll say 48-yard line. As it was a 42-yard return by Healy. Ball snap. He'll hand it off to... Whoa, he has some wide open holes. He's to the 20, to the 10, and he's in. And just like that, West Central scores. Tacks on 6 more points. Devon Gary on the carry for the 48-yard touchdown run. And that will extend West Central's score 19-7 as they'll attempt the PAT here. Actually, they're going to go for 2 points. So West Central going for 2 points here. They're going to go in the T formation. Hildeman takes the snap. And it's Lorang in for 2 points. So with 4:56 left to go here in the Boulevard Dental third quarter, it's the West Central Trojans leading the St. Thomas More Cavaliers 20-7. .456 left to go here in the Boulevard Dental third quarter. West Central just scored a 48-yard touchdown run that was from Devon Gary. And so West Central will kick it off. STM will take it around their own 13. It's Jake Bonenkamp. Flag. And no, that's number 18. That's not Jake Bonenkamp. We'll see what the call is. Number 18 for St. Thomas More is Riley Olson, 5'10", 160-pound junior. We'll see what the penalty is all the way back at the STM 30. Might be coming back. In fact, it is coming back. It's a holding penalty against STM. And that will back the ball up to their own 20. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers. They'll come up with 4 wideouts, 2 on each side. It looks like Jake Larson to his right. Under 5 minutes to go here in the third. Ball snap. Kavanaugh throws to the far side. And incomplete. It was intended for Bonenkamp. It was blocked by Jackson Miller with 2 hands on the ball. 2nd and 10 now from the STM 20. Clock stopped at 4:45. We'll go in the same formation, 4 wideouts, 2 on each side. Kavanaugh takes a snap, looking to throw. Pump fakes, still in the pocket. Makes a toss on the far side. Man open, caught, and he has some room to run. There he goes. He's to the 10-5, and he's in for the touchdown. I think it's Ross Skinner. Maybe it was Jake Bonenkamp. I'm not sure who scored. So, 80-yard play for STM. Joe Peppel will come and attempt the PAT here. Ball snap. And nope, picked up the ground, and it's going to be no good. So just like that, couple of quick touchdowns from both teams here. West Central still leads St. Thomas More 21-13. So a couple of quick touchdown plays for both teams. And we're still within one score here. 6-point game. West Central still leads St. Thomas More 21-13 with 4:29 left to go here in the Boulevard Dental third quarter. So the ball's kicked off. Looks like 16 will call his own number. Has some room to run. And looks like he'll get all the way to there. 37. As was Devon Gary on the carry. So it'll be 1st and 10 for West Central at around their own 37. So Heldman come and tell his teammates to play. Ball snap. He'll hand it off in the middle. Quickly stopped. Seeing a wall of Cavaliers going nowhere fast. No gain of yards. It'll be 2nd and 10 for West Central.
No gain of play. 2nd and 10.
Man in motion, ball snap. He'll give it. Does a couple spin moves, gets loose. And that's Healy on the carry.
Healy with the runner on the right end.
So it'll be 3rd down. Gain of, let's say, 8 yards. So it'll be 3rd and 2. Ball around their own 45. With under 3:30 left to go here in the Boulevard Dental third quarter. West Central will go in the T formation, ball snap. He'll hand it off to Healy again. Nowhere fast. Looks like it's going to be at least 1 yard gain on the play. And they're going to measure it. I think it's short. See what they call here, though. And survey says, get the chain fixed up. Survey says it's short by a mile. So it's 4th down now. Under 3 minutes to go here in the Boulevard Dental third quarter. And looks like West Central is going to go for it here. Timeout called. West Central. So with 2:56 left here in the Boulevard Dental third quarter, West Central leads St. Thomas More 21-13. I'd like to thank those of you watching this live stream on SD Sports Buzz. Again, for the best local and regional sports coverage you can find on the internet, it's found at SD Sports Buzz. From our daily buzz post to the Nate Brown Show archive, there is always something for you, the sports fan. Just visit sdsportsbuzz.com. And a reminder to you, you can follow me on Twitter, searching the Twitter handle at Matt Kearney. You can also follow SD Sports Buzz on Twitter, searching the Twitter handle at CC O'Hara. So fourth down now. West Central going for it here on fourth down. Ball at their own 46. St. Thomas More will do a line shift and flags on the play. I believe it's going to be false start against West Central. And it is. Back them up 5 yards. So I guess the question is, are they still going to go for it here, or they should, nope, they're going to punt it off. Here comes Miller in to punt off the ball. St. Thomas More utilizing that line shift on their defense. Very effective. So Miller will kick it off, and it looks like it's Russ Skinner and Tom Rafferty in the backfield at their own 25. High snap. Miller just kicks it off. It'll bounce at the 35, and it will stop at the St. Thomas More 29. So St. Thomas More will start this drive at their own 29-yard line. We'll see if they can get 6 points here to tie up the game. Again, West Central looking for their first win of the season. They played played Winter last week in a gridiron match, but came up short. Winter won the game 14-0. So here we go. 1st and 10 for the Cavs. Single wing, Ross in the single wing. Ross is in motion. He'll switch sides. Kavanaugh takes a snap. Has to get out of the pocket being rushed. He has to get that ball thrown away, and it's a sack. Sack. Sack made. Number 41. Or maybe it's 42. Wilfred Kenana on the tackle there for the sack. 2nd down and 16. Loss of 16 yards. So the Cavs will go with 4 wideouts. 2 men on both sides. Jake Larson on his right. Ball snap. Kavanaugh looking to throw in the pocket. Does a pump fake. Man open. Rafferty. Oh, no good. Rafferty being covered by 2 West Central players, Devon Gary and Brenson Underwood. Wasn't going to go anywhere. So 3rd and 16 now. Ball at the STM 15 with 1:54 left to go here in the Boulevard Dental third quarter. So here we go. They're going to run the single wing. Skinner in the single wing, 3 wideouts. Man in motion. Ball snap. Kavanaugh will do the pitch to Skinner, and Skinner's on the run. He gets to the original line of scrimmage. And fumble. There's a fumble on the play, and it's West Central ball. So Skinner, Ball got stripped from Skinner, and it's St. Thomas More ball now, or West Central ball, excuse me, with 1:43 left to go here in the Boulevard Dental third quarter. So Heldman will come back onto the field. Ball placed at the SDM 34, man in motion. That's Devon, Gary trying to get some running room, still pushing, and they'll mark him at the SDM 25. Gain of 9 on the play, so it'll be 2nd and 1. Ball placed at the STM 25. Ball snap, hands it off. Devon Gary gets the first down and some more. It will be down at the 20, and they are in the red zone now. As it looks like Devon Gary might be cramping up a little bit. He's grabbing that right calf, and he is cramping. He'll come over to the sideline and he'll stretch it out. So under a minute to go here in the Boulevard Dental third quarter. West Central has the ball. They lead 21-13. Ball at the STM 20-yard line. They'll go in a T formation. Ball snap. He'll hand it off to Lorang. He'll get to the 15. Gain of 5 yards. So 2nd and 5 now. 20 seconds left before we switch quarters here. Looks like West Central will try to get one more play off here. 10 seconds. They'll go in T formation. Looks like they're not gonna set. I think they're just gonna let the clock run. That's what they're gonna do. So at the end of the third quarter, West Central still leads the St. Thomas More Cavaliers 21-13. So 2nd and 5 for West Central. Ball at the STM 15, ball snap. He'll hand it off to Lorang. He'll run up the middle. I don't think he got anywhere quick. He might have gained. He looked like he gained at least 1 yard.
2-yard gain on the play. 3rd down. 3rd and 3.
Actually, gain of 2, so it'll be 3rd and 3 now for the Trojans. West Central, one man in motion, snaps it off. It's Devon Gary. Ball almost comes loose. Flag on the play. He gets into the end zone, but immediately called dead. See what the call is. It's a face mask against STM.
Face mask on the Cavaliers. Penalty is declined.
And the
Touchdown,
penalty is
Trojans.
declined. And it's a touchdown. Tack on 6 more points for West Central. Clock stopped at 11:22. As West Central will attempt the PAT here. Ball snap in the air.
Extra point is good by
And it's good. So with 11:22 left to go here in the Rapid City Medical Center and Rapid City Rush Hockey fourth quarter, it's West Central leading St. Thomas More 28-13. So 11:22 left to go here in the Rapid City Medical Center and Rapid City Rush Hockey fourth quarter. West Central just scored 6 more points and then tacked on a PAT, extending their lead 28-13 over St. Thomas More. West Central looking for their first win of the season. So here we go. Miller will kick it off. He'll hit around the 30. Rafferty will pick it up, running, and he's going to run out of bounds.
Thomas Rafferty with the return, 16-yard return.
So 16-yard return for Rafferty.
The ball on the 21-yard line.
And St. Thomas More will start their drive at their own 21-yard line. We'll see if St. Thomas More can get something going here. St. Thomas More going with 4 wideouts. Actually, 3 wideouts. Someone in the single wing. That's Graper, I think. Kavanaugh takes a snap, quickly thrown in, quickly met up with a West Central player for a loss of about 5 yards.
Loss of 4 on play. Second down.
Actually, loss of 4 yards now, so second down and 14. Ball placed at around their own 17. It looks like STM will come out with 4 wideouts, 2 on each side. Kavanaugh. And flags. It's going to be encroachment on West Central. Or no, false start against St. Thomas More.
False start for Cavaliers.
So I'll back him up 5 yards.
Second and 19.
I saw Canada jump on the line. I didn't think he got set up right away again. I thought it was going to be encroachment, but no, false start against STM. So second and 19 now, ball at their own 12-yard line, 4 wideouts. Kavanaugh will take the snap, looking to throw down the field, being rushed, has to call his own number, running on the far side. It looks like he was tackled. Couldn't tell the number for West Central.
Kavanaugh keeps it. Third down, 3rd and 15.
But it'll be 3rd and 15, so gain of only a few yards there for STM. 9:48 and counting of the Rapid City Medical Center and Rapid City Rush Hockey fourth quarter. They'll come in the same formation. 4 wideouts, 2 on each side. Kavanaugh will take the snap, looking to throw. Rushed in the pocket, throws it on the far side. Jump pass caught. I think it was Tom Rafferty.
Pass is complete, 4-yard gain on play, brings up a 4th down.
So it will be 4th down now. St. Thomas More will punt it off here.
Goal back punt for the Cavaliers.
Low snap, bobbled snap. And that's where West Central will start. On a botched snap. West Central, some really good field position right away into STM territory in the red zone. .58 to go here in the game. So 1st and goal, ball placed at the STM 5-yard line. Looks like they'll go, nope, not in the T. Ball snap, he'll hand it off to Healy. Actually, over the PA announcer, it was Gary. So that would be number 16. Gain of 1 on the play. 2nd and 4 now from the STM 4-yard line. Heldman takes a snap, hands it off to Lorang. Lorang in for the easy 6. 8:48 stopped on the clock of the Rapid City Medical Center Rapid City Rush Hockey 4th quarter. Scoreboard now updated 34-13. As West Central will go for the PAT here. As Edenis takes a snap, kicks it. Is it good? It's good up in the upright. So 8:44 left to go in the game. West Central tacking on more points. They lead 35-13. .44 left to go here in the game. West Central leading St. Thomas More 35-13. As Jackson Miller about ready to kick off here. It looks like it's Riley Olson and Tom Rafferty in the backfield for St. Thomas More. So Miller kicks it off here. They'll take it at around their own 5. And it's Riley Olson. And immediately tackled by number 19. You can just hear it in the crowd. I don't have a number 19 for West Central on my roster. So 1st and 10 for St. Thomas More. They'll get the ball at their own 14. As Ryder Kirsch is in for the quarterback position. Ball snap. Kirsch rolling to the near side. Makes the toss to Jake Bonenkamp. Bonenkamp will be pushed out of bounds. It is completed. And that's the 1st down for St. Thomas More.
Pass is good for a Cavalier.
8:31 left to go here in the Rapid City Medical Center and Rapid City Rush Hockey 4th quarter. 5 wideouts, 3 on the far side, 2 to the near side. Ball snap. Kirsch looking to throw down the middle, being rushed. Has to step out of the pocket. Makes a toss. Completed to Skinner. Skinner makes the turn, and it'll get all the way down to midfield. But there's a flag all the way back at the STM 21. And it's against St. Thomas More. So I'll erase that play from the playbook. Not sure what the penalty was. So it'll still be first down. Up on the scoreboard, it's reading 1st and 10 from their own 25. They'll go again with 5 wideouts, nobody in the backfield, 3 on the far side, 2 in the near. Ball snap, ball on the ground, and he's sacked. Ryder Krush wasn't ready for the play. And he had to get on top of the ball so it wouldn't be a turnover. So it'll be 2nd and 30 for STM. And it looks like they're going to come with 5 wideouts again. Man in motion, ball snap. He'll pitch it to Skinner, and it's going to be a safety.
Tackle made in the end zone for a safety. Safety for West Central.
So 7:31 left to go in the Rapsay Medical Center and Rapsay Rush Hockey 4th quarter. And West Central scores the safety to extend the score 37-13. Just so you know, our next live stream broadcast is next Friday as the Sturgis Scoopers make it to Rapid City to face off the St. Thomas More Cavaliers here at Dutton Field. Game time slated to start at 6 o'clock Mountain Daylight Time. Game time, or pre-game time on SD Sports Buzz at around 5:40. And again, you can watch that on sdsportsbuzz.com. So after the tackle made in the end zone for a West Central safety, free kick for STM. We'll give West Central the ball again. It's kicked. We'll start at the 34. It's a reverse. Gary now with the ball, has some room to run to midfield, to the 40, has a player in front of him, makes, and there he goes to the 10, 5, and he is in for 6 more points. 70-yard run, or no, 65-yard run?
70-yard return.
Over the PA, it's the 70. I'm going with 65 because didn't you pick that up at around the 34? Either it's a 70, 65-yard play. Tacks on 6 more points for West Central. And West Central now just scoring up the board here. 7:16 left to go here in the Rapsay Medical Center and Rapsay Rush Hockey 4th quarter as West Central makes the PAT attempt. Snap up in the air. Looks like there was a hand caught on it. It's no good. So 7:16 left to go in the game. West Central leads St. Thomas More 43-13. And a heat timeout is called on the field after the PAT, so they'll take a quick, short break so the kids can get some hydration in their systems. It is a little warm day here in Rapid City. Again, highs were around the mid-80s to lower 90s. A little warm to play football. So West Central looking to get their first win of the season. Been scoreless, as they officially have a record of 0-2. St. Thomas More has a record of 1-1, with their only win against Spearfish a couple of weeks ago at the Regional Hills Northern Hills Regional Bowl up in Spearfish. So Miller's not kicking it off. Aiden to kick off. A couple new players for STM. They'll field at their own 25. He makes a leap. Playing hurdles out there. That was number 29. That was Caden Casey, 6'1", 160-pound sophomore, making that leap for STM. And that's where they will start this drive at their own 33. As we got a whole slew of new players on the field, it looks like. Actually, no. So Kate Kavanaugh back in at quarterback. Kavanaugh gets the snap, throws, and almost picked off. Almost picked off by Gary. Is intended for Bonenkamp, but incomplete. And it's 2nd and 10 with 7:03 left to go in the Rapid City Medical Center and Rapid City Rush Hockey 4th quarter. So 2nd and 10, ball at their own 33. Looks like they'll go with 3 wideouts. Low snap. Kavanaugh has to throw it. Caught. Is that Shea Casey? Shea Casey with the catch. First time I called his name out tonight. 5'8", 170-pound senior. As it'll be 3rd and 3. Gain of 7 yards on the play. Ball will be placed at around their own 40-yard line with under 6:40 left to go here in the game. Looks like St. Thomas More will come out with 4 wideouts. Kavanaugh takes a snap, makes the toss, and it's picked off. Number 9 going the other way to the 30, to the 20, and he's going to be tackled at the 21. As it was intercepted by Cole Wood for West Central, the 5'10", 165-pound sophomore. And just like that, it's West Central ball, and they will start in St. Thomas More territory with 6:17 left to go here in the game. Looks like new players on for West Central. Looks like in the QB spot is number 14 is Tyler Lindberg. He'll take the snap. He'll hand it off to Wood.
Tyler Lombard now in at quarterback for the Trojans.
And it looks like a gain of 1 yard with 6 minutes left to go here in the Rapid City Medical Center and Rapid City Rush Hockey 4th quarter. That's Tyler Lindberg. Ball fumbled on the ground, picked up again. And tackled in the backfield. That was Micaiah Warrington. Warrington on the carry. As Grant Huber made the tackle for St. Thomas More. Loss of 7 yards. It's 3rd down now for West Central. Ball placed at the St. Thomas More, we'll say 28. Ball's given to number 10. And tackled. Number 10 is Dominic Anderson. 5'8", 140-pound sophomore. As it'll be 4th down now.
4th and 15.
As it'll be 4th and 15. Ball at the St. Thomas More 26. And they're going to go for it here. Tyler Lundberg takes a snap. He'll hand it off. to Wood. He'll run up the middle, and it's going to be turnover on downs. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cavaliers with 4:38 left to go in the Rapsay Medical Center and Rapsay Rush Hockey 4th quarter. Again, our next live stream broadcast is next Friday as the Sturgis Scoopers make their way to Rapid City to Dunton Field and face off the St. Thomas More Cavaliers. Game time slated to start at 6 o'clock Mountain Daylight Time, and our pregame show starts at around 5:40 Mountain Daylight Time, only on SDSportsBuzz.com. As flags are on the field.
Timeout on the field, timeout West Central.
Actually, West Central takes a timeout. 4:38 left to go in the game. West Central leads St. Thomas More 43-13. I'd like to thank those of you watching on SDSportsBuzz.com. Hopefully you join us all season for St. Thomas More Cavalier football. As St. Thomas More will come up onto the field, 1st and 10, ball snap. Going to the far side. Looks like he gains a couple of yards. I think it was Shea Casey on the carry.
Second down, 2nd and 5.
As it'll be 2nd and 5, gain of 5 yards for the Cavs. Ball placed at their own 25-yard line. As it looks like it's Kavanaugh. Ball snap. Tried to run up the middle, but immediately met with some Trojan players for a loss on the play. So it'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 10, ball at their own 20. Loss of 5 yards on the play. We're under 3:30 left to go here in the game. As it looks like St. Thomas More will go in the power I, it looks like. Kavanaugh will make the pitch over to Shea Casey. He has some room to run. Flag on the play. And that's actually Larson, not Shea Casey, but we'll see what the flag is. It looks like it's a penalty against St. Thomas More. I believe it's a 5-yard penalty. So I'll back him up. 5 yards. Actually, no, it's declined, it looks like. So 3rd and 10 now for St. Thomas More. Ball snap. Makes the pitch to Larson. Going the other way now. Ball loose. No, ball wasn't loose. It'll be 4th down now.
4th down.
So here comes the punting unit for STM. As it looks like Carter Healy was in the backfield for West Central. Ball snap, it's in the air. Goes off the side of his foot. It'll bounce at midfield. And they're gonna stop it right there at the West Central 40 4-yard line with 2:09 left to go here in the Rapid City Medical Center and Rapid City Rush Hockey fourth quarter. West Central leading St. Thomas More 43-13. Again, I'd like to thank those of you who watched today's game on SDSportsBuzz.com. Again, we're going to be streaming the entire St. Thomas More season for football. Our next live stream is next week as Sturgis comes into town. Game slated to start at 6 o'clock. Our pregame show starts at 5:40, only on SDSportsBuzz.com. So 1st and 10, Lumberg will have a man in motion, ball snap, hand it off to Wood. Looks like he'll get wrapped up by number 62. That's Ryan Arnstorff. As Carson Jigger also made the tackle. As the game clock is winding down, 1:40 left here in the game. West Central ball. Lumberg, the quarterback. Man in motion. Wood with the ball. Goes to the near side. As Caden Casey with the tackle for STM. West Central gets the first down with 1:26 left to go here in the Rapid City Medical Center and Rapid City Rush fourth quarter. As it looks like West Central will get their first win of the season. Ball snap, Wood with the ball. Getting wrapped up by 62 again. With exactly 1 minute left to go here in the game. It's 2nd and 5. Ball's placed at the STM 39. So pretty safe to say they're just going to snap it off once more here. Man in motion. Ball snap. He'll hand it off to 10 going the other way. Wrapped up by a couple of St. Thomas More players. Still on his feet. Finally a whistle called as Dominic Anderson made the carry. Clock is stopped at 36 seconds as they make another first down run. And the clock will roll. Under 30 seconds left here in the game. Man in motion. Lumberg takes the snap, hands it off to Anderson. As we're at 15 seconds now. And West Central already celebrating. It's not final yet. 2 more seconds till it's final. And that's game. West Central gets their first win of the season by defeating St. Thomas More 43-13. So West Central will have a record of 1-2. St. Thomas More will have a record of 1-3. No, 1-2. So again, our next live stream broadcast is next week as Sturgis makes a trip to Dutton Field. Game time slated to start at 6 o'clock p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. And our pregame show started at 5:40, excuse me. I'd like to thank those of you who watched SD Sports Buzz live stream broadcast of St. Thomas More Cavalier football only on SDSportsBuzz.com. I'd like to thank our sponsors for today's game, the Skin Institute, Corey Tire, Boulevard Dental, Rapid City Medical Center, and Rapid City Rush Hockey. Again, my name is Matt Kearney, and make sure you tune in to St. Thomas More football this season only on SD Sports Buzz. I'm signing off for tonight.